So what is up, YouTube? I am coming to you tonight because I got called into work. So I wanted to show you guys kind of how that looks for me, and also go over how to set up your labor room for a new admission. Without further ado, let's drop the babies off and get into the video. So usually once your charge nurse tells you that you have a new admission coming, you have to set up the room yourself as the labor and delivery nurse. You do not have a tech, so that is your responsibility. You need to make sure that you have all of the necessary equipment that you'll need for your new admission. And I'm going to go over those here with you today. So what I like to do first is make sure that there's a Chucks pad on my clean bed, which has a gown and any kind of non-slip socks that you have for your patient there. I like to also place the strips that I'm going to need for the external fetal monitor on top of the Chucks pads, so that when mommy sits down, you can go ahead and place baby on monitor. Upon arrival, patients will go and they would need to undress and put on their gown and socks. After that is done, go ahead, place baby on monitor, and get consents signed, okay? In order to serve a patient, we have to have consent signed. So it's kind of like a process that kind of blends together as you get more comfortable with doing it, because you're doing a lot in a little bit of time. You're getting consent signed, you're getting baby on the monitor, you're explaining things as you go. So this is a time where you can kind of communicate, get to know mom, and also get your basic vitals that you're going to need for her admission assessment. Every patient that arrives to labor and delivery will have to have an IV placed. So you want to ensure that you have all of your tubing and all of your IV equipment in the room. We actually use an 18 gauge for all of our patients here at the hospital that I work at. So I make sure that I have an 18 gauge, an IV start kit, a pigtail or extender, if you want to call it the right thing, and a flush and a tourniquet. That will ensure that I will not have to run out of the room when I need to start my IV to get other things. Oh, also, don't let me forget, you need a vacutainer as well, okay? And any tubes that you're going to be drawing blood into. It's a lot, guys. So just make sure that you have all of your equipment before you go in. Since this is an admission, I also would take in any fluids that you're going to be administering your patient. So usually it's going to be your basic lactated ringers. So I also make sure I have that in the room. I would also ensure that I had a personal belongings bag for my patient, personal care spray for perineum care, bedpan and hat for measurement, and also a patient basin. Now that you have all of your IV supplies and your consents ready for signature, you also want to ensure that you have a pump and pole ready for your Pitocin, and you want to make sure that you have an amni hook and sterile gloves for your doctor when they come into the room. After you've placed mom and baby on the monitor, you've given mom an IV, then it's time to go over any admission questions that you have for her. The labor and delivery admission is pretty extensive, so be prepared to ask a lot of questions. Admission questions are done, IV is in. Now it's time to start monitoring. It's your responsibility as the L&D nurse to make sure that you're watching mom and baby throughout the monitoring period. So during this time, we look at the fetal heart rate, and we also watch mom's blood pressure and her contraction pattern. So that's it. You made it through another video of mine. So why don't you consider liking and subscribing? Here I will be sharing videos about nursing and also about lifestyle and clothes and stuff. So just saying, subscribe. Talk to you soon, love bugs. Bye.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Hello, Charleston. It's Regan coming to you live from W10 TV. Today we had a thunderstorm that was very, very turbulent. High winds, strong rains, but now it's over. Let's go to bed.
What?
In other news, on Hugie Street, 2 people got shot. We're looking for suspects. If you know of anybody that was in this area, please call 911. Thank you.
Dupe.
And bye bye. Come again.